Hey, welcome back. It's been a minute since we've done a property tour review, so I thought we'd pick that up again because I've come across a really cool property. Now, if you're an automotive enthusiast, you've probably heard of the YouTube channel Obsessed Garage, and the man behind it is Matt. Now, what he's done is create a really cool concept. It's basically the merge of a luxury vacation rental with that automotive experience, and what's cool about it is you get to stay in a mountain mansion. You get to experience all the bells and whistles of a very cool property, all the amenities that it has to offer, but you also get that automotive experience to go with it. So I don't want to get ahead of myself and ruin what's to come. Let's see what unfolds as he goes through the property, and I will give you my colorful commentary as per always. Georgia. Okay. Well, definitely on my bucket list. Haven't been there, but this property might inspire me. Lots of cool features.
Hey everyone, welcome to Helen, Georgia. This is my house. We call it Destination OG1. It's the Helen property. Hopefully someday we'll do some others, but this is a roughly 7,000 square foot, 6-car garaged house that you could borrow from me for money. I've done this tour before, but that was about a year ago when we'd made the first improvements. Quite a bit has been done to the house.
I actually saw the property tour that was completed a year ago. It was pretty cool, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing what is new with this one in terms of additions, features, all those new stuff that I'm sure he's going to cover as we move along.
Many hundreds of hours have been put into this thing, so I wanted to give you an updated tour, take you through it, show you what it's all about and what you could expect if you were ever to come here and stay at my house.
And I'm sure it's going to be epic because he's all about being obsessed.
So, to me, the house is just attached to the garage. The garage is here, the house is attached to it, so it makes sense to me we'd go in and do the garage tour first. When I bought this house, it was yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow walls.
No one likes yellow in the garage.
It had like
Had
3 light bulbs. I think Mike spent 9 days, not 9 hours, 9 days getting the lighting set up. This side here is a double, so a 2-car wide and then 2-car deep, but it's a little oversized. I think it's about 26 feet wide and something like 40 plus feet deep. So when we've had guys come with 4 or 5 cars, and so they were able to park them all in the garage here.
This almost looks like a showroom.
Indoor wash bay area.
That's crazy.
So in the wintertime here, it doesn't get super cold. I mean, we are in Georgia, the Georgia mountains, so we're not too far north. In the winter, you might want to wash inside, or in the summer when it's really hot, because it does get hot here. But this setup here is K1322 TS. Let's have it set up for around 1,000 PSI at 2 gallons a minute. OG hose, black Cox hose reel, and then we don't use much deionization here. The water treatment in the house is pretty good, but we do have DI in case we want to do something spot free. So this system feeds both indoors, which you could set up with the OG spec gun and wand, or right outside here in the covered area. We call this the outdoor wash bay. So
how cool is that? This is where I would be if I was cleaning my car.
Wand, and you can kind of work your way around the car with with the boom. There's a drain here. We've put a bucket filler out here as well. But this here, like this time of year, I wouldn't wash inside. I'd wash outside.
Agree.
It's like, what do you think? Maybe 75 degrees right now. Almost no humidity.
Love it.
Wash here, looking out over the mountains. It's a little filled in, but after we get through the fall here, you can see Yona Mountain over the horizon there. But this is a pretty cool setup, and we've actually done it where we turned the little fire on here.
Oh, that's perfect.
Cars in the wintertime when it's nice out.
He's actually thought of everything, and I think that if you're not an automotive enthusiast, this definitely gives you a hint of what's to come with the home. So I'm sure all you automotive enthusiasts out there are probably just super excited to to check this home out, and you'll probably be in this part of the home more than anything else, but that doesn't mean that your significant others, your friends, your family won't be enjoying the property itself. So I feel like both parties will be really happy here.
But you have also another 2-car bay, so both garage doors, I believe, are 18 by 7. We're actually on the second floor of the house, so the second floor below this is the home theater, below that is the pool, so it's kind of interesting how they built this place. It's built like a hotel. I'll show you when we go downstairs, but
hence being called a mountain mansion.
Like I-beam metal construction. It's pretty legit. So we have all the OG chemicals here. Apparently I need to do some lining up of stuff. I'm still developing. We've had some real developments on the Presso bottle front. You can see things like the Carpro Tarex leaches through the bottle so the label falls off. Same thing with interior cleaner, goes through the bottle, so we're going to start fluorinating. Tips are still failing, so we actually have a new stainless tip coming out, and then we are 4 months into testing with
Okay, so this part is obviously all about him promoting his products, telling you a little bit more about what he actually speaks more to on his channel, which is fair. And this is kind of a cool way for you to come test it out for yourself and then purchase it for your own use.
On cars, but the concept is a lot of people haven't done like full details. A few people have, but most people haven't been doing full detailing. But the house is outfitted with lighting, polishes, polishers, pads, basically everything that we sell, exactly everything that we sell in the store. This is the Sonic MSS Plus cabinet array, and so this is really unique in that you can come to this house, you book it for a week.
Is there anything that he does not have in this garage? I mean, everything has a home. It's streamlined. It's like a showroom. It's perfection, I'm sure. I mean, and I'm not even a garage enthusiast, but I can appreciate this.
We do Wednesday check-in, or sorry, Thursday check-in, Wednesday check-out is how we do it. I set it up that way because it's easier to get in and out of Atlanta on the weekday than it is.
So now he's making the experience a little bit more easy. If you want to come check out this property, you know what days to come.
You have everything here, so you could try it out. But we have CSL, Exo, Gliss, Deluxe. You can do full detailing here. We also have a lift where you can put the car up on the lift. But the concept would be that you get to experience everything, I don't expect people to be, taking their car apart, but we do have a full Sonic Master collection. This makes me happy. We use the tools a lot here because we're working on the house, but the garage is fully outfitted with essentially everything that OG does. The lighting is Cree lighting. The compressor is a Fiat compressor. We have Cox hose reels.
Isn't this fascinating? I mean, is there another property that offers this much?
So that people can come, touch, feel, experience what it might be like. If they're interested, I've had a lot of people that are interested in doing a grouping of Milwaukee tools. This is what I call my master collection of Milwaukee tools. So they set it out on the counter, kind of sort it out, and then it gives them a shopping list to figure out what they might want to use. I don't think people are going to be using circular saws here while they're staying, hopefully not, but it is here and available to people for them to try out. I have my what I call my ultimate garage studio monitor set up here. So we have the Dynaudio Core 59s, and then the Core subwoofer is over here on the side, and then I have this LG Mini LED 75 that fits really nicely in the cabinet array, and so people can come in here when they're washing. I don't get to use the audio as much because I'm always on the darn camera when I'm in the garage, but it, to me, is a great experience, or makes the garage experience a great experience when I can listen to music in it. I know the garage isn't the most perfect environment for listening to music, but I like to listen to music.
No, I agree. I think it would put you in the zone. I think you need a bit of music when you're
nice stuff.
When you're in the garage.
I have it actually Dirac calibrated with a NAD C685 or C658 preamplifier, so I was able to calibrate it and tune it for this room. It really does sound great. We also have an Apple TV 4K, so I have a full suite of all of the streaming services available. You can watch it here in the garage or anywhere else. The other thing that's nice is this is set up, we'll show you in a minute, but it's set up for Blue OS. So I have Blue OS throughout the house, so you can listen to music, and this is connected to the same system.
We all love that ease, that connection ease.
Not much has changed. This is what we did first. When we got the house, we spent 39 days here and built the garage first. This is the newest addition. This was prototype number 2 of the OG vacuum system. This is actually the original prototype hose. The new hose is actually a little bit different, and we've changed the piping and the muffler a little bit, so I need to update it. But this operates at around 58 decibels and has a pretty insane suction, pretty insane specs on the water lift. The nice thing about it to me is it's quiet, it's small, and it's clean. I took the OG badge off of it, the sticker off it, so running it clean and badgeless. So to me, the white and black contrast looks really, really awesome. And the thing, almost all the sound comes from here. The actual function, the function of the unit doesn't really make a whole lot of noise. It's quieter than the Darn Krenzel pressure washer, which is pretty quiet. So we have, have everything you could want. It's also air conditioned. I have a Mitsubishi mini split.
You know what I didn't see in this garage? Fridge. But obviously this garage is all about business, and that business is being serious about your car, about detailing it, about perfecting every nook and cranny of it, just appreciating all the bells and whistles that come with the garage experience. So that's fair, No, but maybe, for the ladies that want to support their partners, that want to be in the garage, maybe they need like a little bit of a wine fridge to supervise the situation.
We have a SLG and Cree lighting controlled by Lutron Vive and Swiss Trax flooring. I have a Pit Boss jack in here, Prevost piping, Prevost fittings. We have all of our pneumatic air polishing tools in here that people can experience. This is the setup the way that I would want my garage set up. It's actually changed my thought process on a garage. The ceiling here at the low point is only 8.5 feet. The peak at the ceiling is 9 and change, like 9'4". There's something cozy about this garage. It just feels comfortable. The wood countertops, these are from Blue Tree in Kansas City. They make them for us with Rubio Monocoat. Putting this in the garage sort of fits the theme or style of the house. But this place just feels right to me. The garage is oversized, especially if you have a couple of cars in here. Shoot, even if you have an F-350, I could back that thing up 10 feet and have tons of room to wash and do whatever I'm doing in the garage. Yeah,
you're definitely not restricted in this space. And the fact that you can use the garage to do everything from cleaning in the winter to fixing it up and detailing it in the summer, whatever it may be. It just seems like a space, like you mentioned, it's cozy, but it's not constrictive. I can see it's a space that draws you in, and you probably spend hours in here without even realizing it.
This is a new addition to the house. We have the Cayman GTS 4.0. As of right now, you're watching this video, I just filled out the application for commercial insurance, but you'll be able to, for an additional cost, you'll be able to borrow this car as well.
Might just do that if I ever visit this home.
Spacers, red line, escort red line, radar detector. It's a perfect mountain carving mid-engine car, so this will be available as well for people to borrow. I'll make sure to check out those videos. But the concept here would be you borrow the car, it's my car, it's set up the way I want it, it's coded, it's dialed in. When you use it, when you're done, you have to wash it. So I think that's fair. Fun. Most of the people that are going to come to this house enjoy that kind of challenge. The lift here, this is a mid-rise Nussbaum Sprinter mid-rise. It goes up 40 inches, roughly this high. So I can get the car, have enough room with ceiling height here. So if you did want to do some wrenching, or if you're out here ripping the mountain roads, which are right down the street, you may need to address something. So you can put the car on the lift, check it out.
I feel like anyone that will do this knows their cars inside out, and they're probably going to be so excited to be able to use this lift while on vacation.
We have all the tools you would need, both electric tools and all the hand tools that you might need to fix the thing. I plan on doing all the maintenance here on this car as well, so I do need to get some oil change, little containers to capture the oil. but the controller's over there on the side, flex vacuum. But in general, the lift is here so people can test it out and experience it, which I think is a cool addition to the garage. This garage has the Oachis signature scent from my friends at the Smith & Company. This is what's called a leather scent, and so we have some.
See, every detail is covered.
I think it's cool.
Even the smell.
We have a scent in the house as well. So, I mean, I could go on all day. The garage, this place, this is the signature piece of this place and why people might come. But it's set up here so that people can experience it, play with the stuff, wash a car, make sure it's taken care of, get to experience products that maybe you're interested in buying. And then the concept for me would be then hopefully people go to Obsessed Garage and buy the stuff. So that's
You'll probably end up leaving the place with things that you thought you never needed.
So because the house is attached to the garage, and because I was thinking about this the other day, I don't really have the option that when I go through that door, my obsessiveness, the obsession doesn't just turn off. Like, I'm not fortunate enough that I can just shut her down. And so part of the reason why I decided to do this destination concept was to allow me to have a bunch of projects, which I love doing, but to possibly come up with some different various solutions in the house. And that's something that I'm super interested in. Home theater, faucets, lighting. This whole house, when I bought it, it was darn dark and dreary. We've done the SLG lights here. The reason we did SLG is the Cree CR6s wouldn't fit because they had a fire-rated 5-inch can. And so we've been fortunate enough to buy and try different things in the house. But this house is actually the opposite of my style.
Look how spacious that is.
The first couple of times I came through it. I don't like yellow wood.
So much crazy light. I don't like yellow wood either.
Here's what we
But it works well.
I also really dislike themed stuff, like themed homes in an area. And it seems that every area here has tongue and groove pine. And but the garage was so fantastic. You'll see the pool downstairs.
I have to agree with Matt. The themed homes and that yellow wood, it doesn't really scream out to me as well. But for a vacation rental, you kind of want something different to what you're used to at home. And it really gives you that separation from what you're naturally into. So I feel like a vacation is all about that mental escape. And I think this property gives you that. It really allows you to unwind, relax, recharge, and feel like you're part of nature, especially with that wood surrounding you.
They spent millions and millions of dollars building this, and you would spend $2 or $3, $4 million more to build it today. This house was built in 2012. To replicate something like this would be well outside of my ability. So I was able to get this house for a really good price and able to make the math work, where I let Obsessed Garage followers borrow it for money, and that helps me to offset the carrying cost of this place, because as you might imagine, it's quite a bit. So when you come on vacation, one of the things that I hate so much, and the reason why I don't go on vacation, and part of how this whole concept was born, is I hate that you can't have a decent fork.
Do people steal forks? Is that why you can't get a decent fork at most vacation rentals? But I mean, this is luxury.
But this is a Gorham Lennox fork, and this is a Hateful Drawer organization. When you go to we've gone to fancy beachside rentals that cost tens of thousands of dollars a week, and there's not a bowl to be found. There's no Rubbermaid container. I've gone a little bit overboard in that you come here and you need a spice, it's good to go. It's organized, it's ready. We may not have every spice in the world. And then the relationship I have with the people that are coming and borrowing this place from me, notice how we're not saying rent, we're saying borrow. If you use all of the Italian seasoning, or you use a decent amount of it, get another one and replace it.
Again, very fair.
I can have that kind of conversation with people that don't have a strong sense of entitlement. Remember, this is my house that I'm letting people experience, and so I want it set up the way I would want it, and so then I want my guests to come here, and I want them to be able to experience it the way that I like it, so they can pick and choose things that they might be interested in changing in their house. But the concept here is that nothing is off limits. If you use some darn Chosen Foods avocado oil, you should get another bottle.
I totally appreciate this because at the end of the day, you land, you go to your vacation rental, the house is just set up ready to go. You don't have to worry about, does it have spoons? Does it have oil? Does it have pepper? It's already there. And all that is asking is that it just be replaced once you use it, which is 100% fair because you'd be out there getting it for yourself if it wasn't there to begin with.
We have Japanese steak knives, you know, and then I can tell people don't frickin' mess up my steak knives, but they're here, use them. Hopefully you won't cut your finger off. But these are not, again, these are not crazy expensive, but they're not cheap. We have things like the OG cutting board, and then we actually, our La Muskoka blew up, so we have a new one coming, but we have, I'm not a coffee guy, but we have full Waba spec suite of coffee stuff. We even have our own Obsessed Garage.
Look how many machines.
Here. They ship a new bag every
I mean, everyone loves their coffee.
Every week comes here and replenishes, so people have a fresh batch. I bought a Panasonic fancy microwave and a Wolf. I bet you there's not many, there aren't many rentals in the world that have a Wolf toaster oven. Again, not like crazy expensive high-end stuff, but on the upper echelon, it's the same. I have the same thing at my house at home. I bought some made-in pots and pans, and having this stuff available for people so that, if you're going to bake some cookies, you come over here and you can grab yourself a U.S. pan cookie sheet, and this is important to me to have this kind of stuff available. If you made some salmon, you go in here, and by the way, we've made videos of where the stuff is, but I've got some Rubbermaid containers that you could, put your leftover,
See, even like the garage, everything has a home. Everything is thought of. Everything that you need to feel at home is in the home as well. So I give him credit. He really thinks things through. But again, like you said, this is his home, which he's sharing with those that are interested in experiencing it. So it only makes sense.
So the concept here is to have everything set up. I'm not buying people's food for them. If there's a steak in the freezer and you eat it, you should put the steak back, is the plan. But in general, I wanted it to feel like home, feel like a comfortable experience. Because when I come here, I want to feel like I'm at home. When we go out and mountain bike or hike or wash a car or go out and hit the mountain roads in the car, I want to be able to lay on the couch and watch TV and then maybe make something to eat. So this room, the family room.
Wow, look at that light.
By the way, this is the
so much sun coming in.
Of couches, and I spent $1 zillion on it. So part of my requisite, the whole theme of this house was I want a nice, comfortable couch and a great TV, because every time you go on vacation, they have a terrible couch and a terrible TV. Well, I have a terrible couch, but I have an amazing TV. So this is a LG G2. I had my ISF guy come, and from the Image Science Foundation, he came and calibrated all the displays in here, because that's what I would do at my house. The concept here is to invite you into my house so you can experience.
See, even Matt knows that as simple as a couch may be, it's not just a decorative feature. You want it to be comfortable. You want it to be a place where you just look forward to sinking in and watching your favorite TV show. And he's definitely thought of that as well. It's not a couch that just looks good, and it's not for show just because it's a vacation rental, a luxury vacation rental. So kudos to him.
This is not the home theater. This is just a family room level, TV and some speakers I have, but it is powered by an NAD T778 receiver, some Dynaudio Studio Series in the front, Dynaudio Studio Series in the rear. This is a 5-channel, 5.1 channel surround sound system with some DefTech subwoofers in the wall. They were here when I got the house, but we modified what was here and then put a decent system in. I ripped the Control 4 system out of here and set it up the way that I would like. So the house has 2 queens, 2 kings, and 4 twin XLs. We'll show you all those rooms. But the first guest room is here, down the hallway on the main floor. So we have a bathroom that's the total opposite of my style, but really nicely done. Even though it's a gray toilet, which I'd never choose that, but it's super high end, super high quality. I thought I would rip all this stuff out and paint the walls and get rid of all the yellow wood, but I don't think I'm going to do that. It feels like it's proper. This room is the single queen on the first level, but we did all the OG Aspire closet systems in the house as well. So people that are thinking about buying closets and are interested in them, they can touch them and feel them and see how they work. Full service laundry as well. There's a laundry room downstairs and upstairs.
I love the fact that he's fully embraced the pine wood, you know, it's these natural elements of the surroundings. And obviously it's not something that you're, as he mentioned, initially attracted to, but as a vacation rental, I feel like when you do embrace these things, it just makes the experience of the vacation more of what it should be versus what you're used to back home and maybe that more modern look. And then the laundry room obviously is always essential because this is a mountain mansion, so you'll be doing a lot of outdoor activities. You'll want to constantly be cleaning those towels, the clothes, staying fresh and ready for what the next days have to offer.
So one of the additions to the house, this wasn't here when we did our first tour, is the outdoor kitchen. We finished this early summer, late spring, early summer.
I love it.
We're still figuring out how to deal with the grease issues on the Brazilian wood here, the Ipe wood. But 42-inch alfresco grill, searing station, and then the normal clay section. You can also do rotisserie as well, rotisserie chickens. The 30-inch Evo cooktop is here, which is basically a 30-inch cast iron skillet. And then Mike came up with this concept here where this wasn't pre-set up for a hood. And if you've ever done an outdoor kitchen without a hood, it's no fun. And so these hoods are at 30-inch. That's the specification that's required. And so we've been these big giant ducting systems that send the smoke up out over the roof. And most of the time the breeze blows this way, so it takes it out. And we were able to enjoy an experience, even if you had 30 hamburgers on the 42-inch grill here, it's not going to smoke up the place.
I mean, at this point, like, do you really want to cook inside? Even if it's snowing outside, I think I'd still be out here doing anything I need to do. It's all about embracing nature, and isn't that what a vacation is all about?
And then we have seating for, I think, 12 out here. So we have the 4 at the countertop, you have the table here. And it's hard to explain. You probably don't get a feel for it on camera, but depending on the time of year you come here, like right now, it's beautiful. I mean, the leaves change in October, which is coming in a few weeks. We're here in September, depending on when you're watching this video. But the outdoor experience here in Helen is pretty freaking fantastic. The cabinets are nature cast, so these are all composite. Make sure to go check out the series of us building this setup. We have hateful drawer organization as well. I don't really have anything to put in them, but they're organized in case. We do have some spatulas and stuff that you would use. I mean, I find that most of the things I'm using in the outdoor kitchen are pretty simple, pretty basic. This is key for us when we come here. I don't like going on vacation eating out over and over and over again. You feel sick the whole time. You want to cook. And so we have a great oven, range.
Look at this. Why would you want to go out? Commercial grade appliances, views of the mountains. You're basically cooking in the forest. You've got fresh air all around you. I mean, this is where you will be. This is where I would be all the time. Like there is no going out if I'm at this mountain mansion.
So let's go upstairs. I'll show you the office, the new coolest room in the house, and then my bedroom, the master bedroom. So
before we go upstairs, let's have a quick recap of the main floor. As soon as you walk into the home, it's got everything you want when you're on vacation. You've got the large windows, lots of natural light, the forest views. You've got natural earthy elements that surround you from the wood and the stone. The kitchen is expansive. The outdoor kitchen is epic, probably where you'll spend most of your time. A couple bedrooms down there, obviously more bedrooms to come, and we're going to see some kind of surprise room soon. So I'm really excited to see what that's about.
This is, if you'll notice, this is the same top that we have in the garage. Rubio monocoat made by our friends at
Very
Beachfront.
simple,
custom built
functional workspace.
This area specifically.
With views,
we have a lot of people that come that still, either work from home or they still have stuff to do. Same thing with us. We do a lot of editing here when we're making videos. So we have a Dell 38 ultra wide, and then a station set up here with USB-C for your laptop or your MacBook. And then this is a height adjustable desk with a steel case chair, so you can come up, do some work. And a pretty decent view, at least of the woods. Feels like you're in the mountains. And so having this
feels like you're in a tree house.
A bunch of wires. This is an uplift commercial frame with our OG less blue tree custom top. And I think you have a pretty sweet setup here with Dyne Audio speakers, Dyne Audio subwoofer. And yeah, I mean, we do a lot of work here at times, and it's nice to have it set up to where it's usable for you when you come. Behind the office here is the junior master. So this is the king, one of the kings in the house. So king size bed, pretty decent sized room. This is my Gef's room. He's claimed this room. And then we did our closet organization system in here. Now, when you're traveling, you're not gonna fill this thing up, but we set this up here so that people could get a flavor for if they were interested in doing closets. This is something that you could consider and get a chance to touch and feel some of the different finishes that are available. You have hay full of hampers, which are nice to have, and then you can see Mike brings a few clothes. But because we have full laundry service here, you don't have to bring as much stuff with you. And one of the coolest things I think about traveling, if you're traveling in a place like this, you can wash all your clothes, put them back in your suitcase, and you go home without some big giant laundry bag.
I do appreciate that too.
And just put it away when you get home. So then this section here leads over to what will eventually become one of the elevator area. So this will be this is an elevator shaft that's pre-plumbed. I think old trailer park Matty here someday can say he made it when I get it on an elevator in my house. But this is set up and plumbed for an elevator. Our next step, part of phase 5, was to do an elevator at some point. But this is our newest edition of the house. This is the racing
How cool is this?
This is set up for car guys. So this
and
is
girls.
a P1 Podium Ultimate. This is their latest. We were the first ones to get this, I think, with triple 55-inch Samsung ARC monitors and full D-Box motion. We set it up here with GIK acoustic treatments, and then Valencia theater seating, so I can sit here and hang out with my buddies while we're ripping.
That's so cool, huh? I mean, what other home offers this?
If you wanted to, you had kids.
You would spend hours in here.
But this was a sort of something that my interior designer Laurel came up with. Said you need to make this some sort of simulator room. She was talking golf simulator. I said no, racing simulator would be perfect for this place. And you look out the window over to the mountains, and you look down into the driveway, and a lot of people come here, have a bunch of cool cars. The driveway is usually filled with GT3s and 458s and stuff like that. And so this area, I think, is the coolest place in the house. And it's secluded enough in the house that it really doesn't bother the main bedroom or the secondary bedroom as much. So you could come in here, you could even close the doors and rip into some racing. We also have it set up to where if you wanted to, you could just put headphones on and turn the sound off. So we have some Corsair wireless headphones that are set up as well that people could grab and use. So back here is the main room, which is nice, especially if you come with another family or another group of couples, that you can kind of feel like you're in different parts of the house. So this door locks and you come into the master. There's a couple of porches on either side.
Oh, wow. Look at all that light that comes into the room.
Blackout shades. So it's a Lutron Serena blackout. So you can black this room out and sleep till noon.
I would not put those shades down. I would just go to sleep when it's dark, wake up when the sun comes up, and look at that view. It's sunshine and greenery and forest all around you. You really feel like you're in a tree house, but you're in the mountains.
So down here is the master bathroom, and those of you who've been following me for a really long time, this is identical to how my Woodgate bathroom was at the Woodgate house that we tore out.
Look at that yellow. It's like a mustard yellow.
Tear it out and redo it.
I'd probably
this has heated floors,
paint over that.
sauna, Delta digital shower with Mr. Steam shower, dual water closets, some ridiculous jacuzzi tub that I'm not really sure I would ever use, but I'm sure some people fill it up with water and jack up my water bill. But it, in general, is really nice. It'd be hard to rip this thing out. But this is the bathroom. Obviously, it's attached here to the master bedroom. And then as the master bedroom, so whoever's paying the bill for the house probably should take this room because you do have our stackable speed queens. This is another new addition we didn't have up here. So we have some, efficiency in that, especially I did this for the cleaners as well, so they can get in and out of here and keep several loads of laundry going at the same time. The laundry room downstairs has some crappy whirlpools. It's on the list for me to upgrade at some point here. This is our next big project. This is the master closet. This is all the original. This was all in the house when we got here, but this is the closet made junk. I'm going to tear this all out, and what I'd love to do is set it up to where I have every size of all the OG apparel. I'd like to also have some hiking, fishing, and like the things, maybe some mountain biking gear, and have various sizes in here. And this closet is giant enough that I could set it up to where if I design it correctly, we could have it set up where everybody could come and try things on, and we'll have a QR code. Again, this is a different relationship than like this house is not on Airbnb, it's not on VRBO, it's only on destinationtestgarage.com. You have to do an hour-long Zoom interview with me. You have to watch all of the how-to videos. And so there's some requirements that we have for people to come and use this place.
So obviously Matt is decking this home up as the years go on, and he's going to be more and more particular about who he lets into his home, which is fair. But I do love the idea of having use of different attire, whether you want to go fishing, hiking, biking, and having access to all of that gear and equipment in the home so that you don't actually physically have to travel with that.
So that's it for the second floor. The second floor bathroom as well here, and which is also equally crazy style. Really nice, completely different style from what I would like, but it does kind of fit the look and feel of the house. I haven't had anybody complaining. So that's it for upstairs. Let's head downstairs and check out the game room, the pool, and some of the other guest areas.
See, everything that you could want on the upstairs area. It's very open, again, very breezy, cozy in its own way, especially again with all the wood surrounding each and every room. The master closet definitely needs more light, but will be interesting to see what he does with that space in time to come.
So to get downstairs, a couple of ways you could go. You could either go down the outdoor kitchen, the exterior way, or in the house, the stairs are right next to the stairs that go up to the second floor. And so this is the basement level. Still looks out over the mountain. So it's a walkout style where this side is underground, but this side is, just looking out over the mountain. I have ping pong, some video games, a little seating area. There's also audio. The whole house is set up on N80 Blue OS. And so if you use Apple Music, Spotify, I don't know, you idiots are still using Pandora, you should probably get rid of that. Pandora, I guess, or you could just download the Blue OS app. But as soon as you log in to or get yourself set up on the Wi-Fi network, when you come into the house, you'll be able to see all the different zones.
That's very cool. It's very convenient.
The basement theater, the family room, the garage, the outdoor kitchen, the gym. I have a little pulse out there. Outdoor kitchen. That was the main kitchen, outdoor wash bay, pool area. So we have audio throughout. You can very quickly, very easily handshake. You can send music from here to there. You can merge them so they're both playing the same thing. You have individual volume control. I tore out the control for the automation system in here that wasn't functioning and set up individual systems as well as then set up the audio system to all communicate together. So this TV here we added so you can watch college football or F1 racing or whatever you're into while the kids are hanging out. We got some games, and I need to get some cards and stuff like that for people to be playing down here. I do have to order some sort of chandelier, but you could be listening to music or watching the game. That's the Sennheiser Ambio. So this was a change from the last time you guys were here, in that all the audio is set up as well as having various displays throughout the house.
So the games room, it's spacious. I would have probably liked to see maybe a pool table in there that doubles as a ping pong table with the tops that you get on top of the pool table. Obviously, you definitely need to get some games in there, especially for the kids, the adults, whether they're the cards or the puzzles or whatnot. The house has so many different zones, so the more that you can do in each zone, the more you'll enjoy each and every part of the home and utilize each space to its max and create the memories that you want to create when on vacation.
This down here is where it's probably the quietest area of the house, I guess depending on how loud your kids are. But this is the bunk and other queen guest area. So this is the Wobber room. This closet system, so I'll give you a little look of, this is the wood grain version of the closet system. So each room, each bedroom has a organized closet, so you can come clean out your suitcase and put everything in it. There's a bathroom here. And then this was an addition. So this was something that I came up with. I wanted to put a bunk room. I wanted a few more beds in the place. So Mike put the ceiling on here. This was a storage closet or storage area. He put the ceiling in and added the wall. And our next step will be we're gonna put one of those Pella doors like we have in the rest of the house here and frame this out. But my friend Jim Black, who stayed here several times, he suggested and has these at one of his homes. This is from a company called Main.
Look how long those beds are.
Super, super sturdy. I don't care if you're 300 pounds, you'll be fine in here. These beds are also XL, so they're longer, so adults could stay here as well.
Makes sense.
So the Twin XL is basically a king bed cut in half. And so I wanted it to be longer in length. So
well, that makes sense why it's so long.
Just fit. I have basically an inch on each side. And then each station has USB charging. They don't make the USB-C from Lutron yet, but it has USB charging, USB-A, and then each has their own little dome light. So
see, these little details always get missed with the kids' room. Something as basic as this, and you get that in this mansion, so it's very thoughtful.
So we did also have out this door, we had this big giant patio underneath the outdoor kitchen. Like, what the heck are we going to do with that? And so I came up with the idea because the original gym was designed in the house over next to the pool, but I wanted to make that a theater. And so the weather here is generally really awesome. And so I built a functional fitness gym out here, a CrossFit gym. And so I have a Rogue rig. Imagine, I think the shipping weight of this was 13,000 pounds. And they drop it at the top of the driveway. If you guys have been here or you've seen the driveway, it's gnarly. And so I have nightmares of us getting this stuff down here. But I have bumper plates and ski erg and row erg and the Echo bike from Rogue, and so it's not a Peloton dad gym. It's a functional fitness gym.
A Peloton dad gym. I love it. I love this outdoor gym. There aren't enough gyms out there where you get to be outside, you get the fresh air, you get the breeze, and the fact that this gym is part of the home also allows you to feel a little bit more okay about rewarding yourself with that extra beer and wine and cake and all those crazy foods that you'll have on vacation throughout the week that you stay here, because obviously you can burn it off.
So the outdoors to me is what this place is all about. We just found the most amazing mountain bike trail, which is 100 yards out the back gate of the community. I didn't even know it was here. Tons and tons of hiking, tons and tons of fishing, and then obviously driving some of the most amazing roads on the darn planet. So this area over here, this is where before I get to the pool, this is where the elevator would terminate. So right when you walk in the front door is where you could grab the elevator. And so you can see the shaft is all pre-wired and pre-set up, ready to go. I have no idea what an elevator costs, but I'm about to find out in the next year or so. Hopefully we get enough bookings where I have enough cash where I can finish the elevator. and then I can say I've made it in life. So we'll see how that goes.
He's such a simple man, isn't
Here
he?
was the original outdoor kitchen. There is an Evo out here. My plan is to take this out and do Nature Cast cabinets. There is a sink here, so that is a nice addition. But I'm going to do a Havens metal sink and set this up as a pizza workstation.
I love the sound of that.
Do a alfresco pizza oven. It'll be gas fired, not wood fired, but an alfresco pizza oven. We'll probably set up another, a better Perlick refrigerator. And so this would be another winter project. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year late.
Can I suggest a wine cellar of some sort somewhere nearby? Because if you're making pizza, you need the wine to go with it. And this will just be another one of those epic spaces to bring people together and again, create those awesome vacation memories.
The pool has been a huge project. I needed to buy furniture. So we bought all the, this is Palm Casual furniture. We needed to resurface the ceiling because it was peeling. So Mike and I did that a couple of months ago when we were here. I needed to change the heating system because it was all propane. We've had a few people rifle through 1,000 gallons of propane. If you know anything about propane, you know that cost me a lot of money. And so it now has a brand new hybrid system. So I put in a heat pump so I can heat the pool rather efficiently, get it up to temp. We normally keep it around 80 degrees. I think around mid-October to probably early March, the pool, just the heat will be off. You want to get in it, you can cold plunge in it, but I think that's when we're going to turn it off. The hot tub year-round.
Nothing wrong with that. A bit of a cold plunge, muscle relaxant.
Most people don't use it, but it is available. I think the hot tub tops out at 106 degrees, and so I know some people like doing that. I don't understand it, but I still haven't been in the pool, but some people like it. But this gives you a good sense. I mean, look at this high beam. I mean, the construction of this place is insane.
Yeah, it looks solid.
I'll show you the
for
room
sure.
here in a minute when I nerd out on why I made the decision to buy this place. It's been a lot of work to get it to my standard and the way we want it to work. Mike and I and a lot of the OG crews helped us get this place up to spec, as well as Jennifer and her parents who managed the place for me. But it, in general, was very functional. Everything was functioning well. The people that built this house, the builder was really quite incredible. But just look at how this place is constructed, man. It's nuts. So you look out the side of the house and kind of see how crazy this thing is.
A lot of detail for sure.
Incredible.
The architectural design is
this year, my last huge major expense, is that I've got to get all the cedar refinished. And as you might imagine, on the side of the house here, this is the garage. It's quite a bit of quite a project we got to work on. So I've gotten a few quotes. They were insane. I could hire somebody for 2 years for the quotes, the amount of money that they wanted. So we're going to keep figuring out what we're going to do there. And then my favorite room of the house is the home theater, which is in here. This is pretty darn sweet because it's secluded. And so it's all block. So all these walls are block, and it's below the garage. So you can come down here and just rip into a movie and not have to think about it. Not have to wake anybody up. So that's a really, really cool part about this.
Really get lost in the space
here. We certainly weren't done with this the first tour video we did. I had ordered the speakers, but we'd come back. So let's see. I got the house in June. I took possession of the house in early June. I think the first week of June in 2022. And then, so we've had it for a year. It's September 2023, so we've had a year and 3 months. Gosh, the amount of work we've done in a year is incredible. The money I've spent on this place is pretty incredible too. I think we've booked of that roughly, so 3 months, so that's 62 weeks. I think the house has been booked. When it hasn't been booked, we've been here, so it's been booked every single week, since the beginning. And so we'll continue to do that. We do have a bunch of availability. If you go to destinationog.com or shoot me an email, matt@obsessedgarage.com, we can talk about getting you a week. You have to do a full week. A few people have done 2 weeks back to back. I think a week is pretty good here. If you're coming from overseas, now we have the car. If you're coming from the West Coast, maybe come a little bit longer.
It's a package deal here.
I love, this is the room. This couch is pretty nice. You come down here. I bought one of every pillow that Crate and Barrel makes. I'm trying to find the one that I like the most. They're all pretty terrible, so I'm gonna have to find a different company. But I love this room because the pool's right there. You can hear the water running, but it's quiet, it's comfy. I don't like projectors, so I'm just riding the wave of organic LED. This is also ISF calibrated. This is I'd say a mid-level, like nice, this is a gentleman's home theater. It's about $30,000 worth of equipment in here, and then the big change is that we did the GIK acoustic stuff. So now, I don't know if you noticed my voice, but it probably sounds a little bit different than it did in other areas of the house. We've gotten rid of the slap echo. I didn't do some real super scientific calculations. First and second reflection points took care of that, but the acoustic treatments do make quite a big difference in the room, as well as having the carpeting and the big couch and stuff like that. But this is my spot. The beauty of this, we have Netflix, YouTube TV, Apple TV Plus, Paramount Plus, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Max, HBO Max. What else do we have? Disney Plus, Daily Wire. I think I have a subscription to. I don't know why.
At this point, you need like a brochure of what you've got.
I have also about 20 movies that are downloaded on the Apple TV, so we have more than you can watch. I normally like to delete Fox News off of it so people don't burn in my TV, but every time I come here, that's like the #1 channel on the display. But in general, you can come and watch whatever you want and enjoy a nice movie in a comfortable room that's dehumidified and air conditioned and just really, really great. The Dyn audio system here, this is their Evoke level. It's 7-channel surround, so left to right, center, side surrounds, back surrounds, that's your 7. 2 subwoofers, so it's 7.2.4. So there's 4 height channels or Atmos channels overhead. We also have 4 fans, so if you like air moving when you're in the room. This is all 3000 Kelvin, lighting in here, controlled by Lutron. Normally when you're in here, you turn the lights off. But the 83-inch LG display fits the bill until the 98s become a little bit more realistic, and I'd put a 98 in here. I just don't like projectors. A projector in here would also create a nightmare for people in that you'd be dealing with aspect ratio issues and stuff like that, and I just didn't want to deal with all the calls. So I wanted it to be a really simple system where Apple TV, you press the button, everything turns on.
Hey, as the end user, I appreciate simplicity as well.
Also calibrated. It sounds really great. Really, really great. Gentleman's home theater. It's not going to liquefy your brain in here, but I don't like that. I like nice. I like smooth, comfortable. There's a bathroom in here as well. My snack vault idea, I think, failed. We're not going to do the snack vault. I didn't realize that snacks only last about 3 or 4 months, and so I had a cart filled with $26,000 worth of candy that I was planning on putting in this sucker. It's 16 feet of cabin, so I was planning on filling with candy and crackers and snow caps and cookies and popcorn. But then I realized, one, I don't want people eating popcorn in my home theater, and then secondly, all the stuff would go bad, and so we're not going to do it. So
that's understandable. That is understandable. You probably don't want perishable items in this space. But you've got a powder room in the space, so why not have non-perishable items like drinks, cans? You can create a little like wine cellar there. Anything that just doesn't perish, I think, would be a cool plan B in this vault room. Because if you leave it empty, it'd be a bit of a waste. But, to each their own.
So when I first came to this place, I came in, so let's see, I bought it in 2022. I came and saw it in early 2021, and then I actually didn't buy it. I bought another house, so I tried to buy a house in the Highlands in 2021. That fell through. We just, they wanted a lot more than it appraised for. And then I didn't buy this house again because I bought a house down in Cleveland, Georgia, which is about 30 minutes from here. Luckily that didn't go through because I wouldn't have been able to do what I did here to that place. And then I came back.
See, I'm a firm believer of everything happens for a reason.
How darn sophisticated this place is. Some of my fears have come true, like the the propane heater for the pool, and having to spend 10 grand on that, and one of the dehumidifiers blew up. But one of the things that gave me a little bit of peace of mind of this place is this room. This is the main utility for the house, and for those of you who are interested or like building science, you watch like Matt Reisinger on the Build Show.
Very organized in there too.
Really sophisticated. So this was designed in 2009, 2010 by a builder in North Atlanta, and then built. It was completed in 2012. So this is quite a while ago. This is before this stuff was really popular. But it has Uponor PEX. It has a pressure pump. And so if you could take a shower, I could have 5 people showering at the same time. There's no pressure drop in the house. So whoever designed the plumbing,
super important.
It has a separate regular tanked water heater with a Grundfos pump. This is just for recirculation. Anywhere in this house, if you turn the faucet on in 3 seconds, the water's hot. As big as this place is, that could become a really problem. It's one of the things I'm really nervous about in building a house is not designing this stuff properly. So we have great pressure. We also have hot water instantly, and the hot water is supplied by the dual Renai gas tankless system. So we have a 1,000-gallon tank that's built up on the side of the hill.
We'll never run out of hot water in this home.
Insulation throughout, everywhere in the house. We've cut a lot of drywall, so there's spray foam everywhere. Supplemental dehumidification with Carrier Infinity, so variable speed conditioners. There's only 3 5-ton units in this house, which is pretty remarkable, and each unit has its own either air purification and or all of them have their own dehumidification. So this room here has an Ultra Air 70H, so it'll take 70 liters of water out of here a day if necessary. Supplemental dehumidification, I think, is a really big deal. The attic up in the master closet, all of that is also insulated, and they brought it in the house. They ducted it and conditioned that. That was something that a lot of builders didn't know to do back in the day. And then you have some pretty sophisticated water treatment as well, as you can see. So water softening, it's a salt base. I think this is the iron breaker.
I love it. I love everything about this home.
Softening tanks.
No corner cut. Nothing has been missed.
That, there's no water in here. There's also sewage lift stations as well. So all the sewage comes down the bottom here and then pumps out. It's city water and city sewage here that we have set up. And then I think the transfer switch isn't in here, but we also have I think 40 kilowatt, it's like a Ford V6 up there. It's a Generac backup generator as well. And then the wiring, you saw the wiring in this place. It's just, it was nerve-wracking because of how sophisticated it is, but also motivating. They also used, there's a few areas of the house where I can see they use zip-bar sheathing. This is in 2012. And they designed it in 2009 and 10. And so the house is built extremely well, and the electric bill is pretty under control. It's very comfortable. There's almost no section in the house. There's significant zoning as well, which costs a lot of money. But the zoning of the AC system, pretty much all the rooms, I can't think of any hot spots. Everything has been ducted well and conditioned well. And that. If
Matt cannot think of any hot spots, that means there are no hot spots.
In the wintertime is important. It's pretty reasonable to heat this giant place. So I just did this calendar for me, but I wanted to see what weeks are available. February is complete.
So now he's basically wrapping up the video with availability on the property, which you can definitely access on his site directly, which will give you further information down in the description. But that pretty much wraps up the property tour review of this insane mountain mansion. Again, it's a automotive enthusiast dream mixed with that luxury element that combines everything to do with the outdoors, with nature, but then obviously the cars as well. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my Amazon store for must-have household items. And on that note, I'll see you in the next one.